Really want to know who Superman is? Watch this.
Go motivate, 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 get money, motivate, 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 get money. Too many times I swallow my pride.
Oh, yeah. This is the South, the dirty South. You know what I mean?
Motivate, 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 motivate.
Alright everybody, welcome. This is another Talking Tuesday episode, and this time I'm going to cover 5 tips for people who are new to college, especially freshmen, maybe some sophomores too, that are just looking for some advice from college. I'm going into my junior year this year, so I feel like I have some advice that I want to give to some people that watch my channel, because I know some of you guys are in high school and you're coming to college, or a lot of you are going to freshman or sophomore in college already. So without any further ado, let's hop right into it. With number 1, and it is cliche, it's be yourself. If you're a freshman coming in out of high school, I know everyone tells you to be yourself in college, you know, and it's true. I know a lot of times in high school, you feel like you need to make friends, and you might not be yourself completely just so you could have someone to hang out with. In college, really guys, be yourself. Don't act a certain way to be friends with a certain group of people. You can really truly be who you are and find people who are like you, and 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, the people who you find by being yourself are going to be way better friends than like people you have to, you know, try to be friends with, if you know what I'm saying. So quite simply, just be yourself. And number 2, it's awkward for every freshman coming in. So just go ahead and embrace the awkwardness. You know, the transition from high school into college, everyone's nervous, everyone's trying to fit in, everyone's nervous about it, and it's going to be awkward. It's when you get there and you go to orientation, there's going to be awkward situations, but just have comfort in the fact that it's awkward for everybody and that everyone's feeling the same way you are, and expect it. You know, it's okay to be nervous. And if you're not nervous when you're going to college and you're not feeling like things are awkward, then that's weird, because I know for a fact, me and my friends, we've all talked about like how awkward it is, you know, first coming into college. But once you get used to it, it's great. College is one of the best experiences ever. And number 3 is don't be afraid to ask questions. And that goes to if you have a question for your professor, if you have a question for your counselor or your academic advisor or whatever like that, or your RA. I'm going to be RA next year, and I'm going to let all my residents know that if you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask. Like, we want to help anybody. Like, I can speak for RAs, that's what we want to do. I know professors, they love when the students come and ask them questions during their office hours. They love that stuff, and they eat it up. And speaking of like visiting during office hours, the 4th tip that I'm going to give you guys is start forming networks your freshman year. And what I mean by this is, like, when you have your professor, even if it's like a 100 level class, it's an early level class, get their email or go visit with them during their office hours and get to know your professors, especially if you know what you want to do with your major. Like, for example, I'm going to be a history major, so like all of my history professors, I try to get to know them as best as I can, and that way I can form like a network, because in the future they'll be able to help you, whether it's a reference, whether it's like good advice, anything like that, and they'll be more than happy to help you. And the last one, number 5, is choose your friends wisely. I can't say this enough to you freshmen. If you are trying to fit in with find friends, or you're trying to fit in with a squad, make sure that these people are going to be challenging you on all levels, because if they're dragging you down and making you worse, you don't need to be hanging out with them. And no matter, even if you don't have any friends, it's better to hang out by yourself or actively look for new friends than try to hang out with people who are going to get you in trouble or be negative and try to get you in negative situations. You don't want that in your college. College is supposed to be a time for growth and a time for learning, and your friends should match that. They should challenge you intellectually and all that stuff. And they'll be good friends if they do that as well. You know, there's a saying that I always say is that all of your friends should be better than you. I try to hang out with people that are better than me on whether it's academically, athletically, anything. Like, I am attracted to people who are better than me because I aspire to be like them. But that's just me, and that's some good advice as well. But that's essentially my 5 tips for you freshmen coming into college. If you have any other questions, leave it in the comment. Take my advice and ask me any questions. I'm going to be an RA next year, and that's what I like doing. I like helping people. So if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them. But that is another Talking Tuesday. I know it was a quick video. I try to keep the Talking Tuesday videos shorter for you guys and get right to the point. But there you go. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.